I'm excited and dream that if I grew up, I'm going to take her for a wife. And I thank God that today she stands as my wife. That wonderful mother of my brilliant kids that have remained an enigma in their school in the UK. I love you so much, my dear wife. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Professor Barisu, I welcome you. Mr. Speaker of Cross River State House of Assembly, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to Calabar, the epicenter of African hospitality. I welcome you as Africans, even if you are not one, for the fact that you are here in Africa with us today. We see you as one. You are all welcome. We are gathered here this evening to redefine and rediscuss the concept of Africa, the negritude movement, the ambition, pride, elegance of our Milani. That Africa must, at this point in time, come together to discuss the fate of Africa, because Africa, as a people and as a continent, have changed over time. Africa looks at the world from the eyes of the United States, from the eyes of Europe. Time has come when Africa will define what Africa is. Time has come when Africa will define the concept of Africa. As Africans, we know what beauty is. Unfortunately, in the course of time, the concept of beauty becomes what the white man looks at as beauty. We have therefore created a platform that will create a new beginning for the renaissance of Africa. Today, we're using a woman's work to create a platform for the understanding of Africa. As we do so, we must recognize that African women have great brains. Amelia Bassey, the great brain behind Shakespeare, she's not known because she's black. But indeed, Shakespearean literature would not be complete without the mention of Amelia Bassey. It is clear, therefore, that African women have remained intellectual backbones that drive literature and culture. Unfortunately, Africa remains at the backdrop. Today, we bring Africa to the focus to actually ensure that Africa begins to have its pride. How long will Africa continue to depend on the Western world to know how to get electricity from their excess sunlight, to know what is beneath their soil? Africa, therefore, beyond culture and tourism, must deepen in science and technology. I look forward to a situation one day when Africans will continue and begin to rule the world. That's my vision. And so the platform we have today, which starts with a beauty pageant, actually it's a journey to climate change. The climate change, which is today a big challenge globally, but the solutions are local. And that's why we, Cross River State people, indeed, given my background, and as Cross Riverians, we do know that we own 58% of the entire forest cover of Nigeria, and by extrapolation, Africa. We therefore have made a choice of this thing, climate change, to let Africans and the entire world know that Africans generate very little emissions, yet they bear the brunt of industrialization. The very brunt. Africa cannot go to the international community cap in hand, always begging for arms. Africa therefore must have our problems. Africa therefore must also go to the international community with our technology, with our culture, with all our heritage also to pride itself about. This is a call for all Africans to come together and believe in ourselves. Believe in the beauty, elegance, panache, class, elegance of what we have. Africa will be great, and Africa shall be great. This is just a journey. The journey has started. Every one of us must join this noble cause to create a new path of plurality and the belief in Africa. Whatever challenges are, they are temporal. Africa must overcome. When you put your soul above your problem, your body will follow. Let's believe Africa. Let's believe Africa. I speak unto the judges, I speak to you, and I believe that your conscience will judge. But I believe that most of your African judges, please, I want you for once, look at what is beauty from the eyes of Africa. Time has come when we shall define beauty only by the way Africans know beauty. I say this on a purpose because must be conscious that Africa will begin to create our own kinetics, our own concept, our own perception. We can only do so when we start from home. And that's why Nigeria is leading this, to say, look, we must redefine what Africa is. We can't allow somebody to give the narrative of Africa. That is why today, black is no longer seen as a color but an attitude. Because once you're black, it means you're incapable of delivering. You think from the stomach. How long does Africa allow people to define them? We are gathered here today, therefore, as a starting and turning point in African history, that Africa going forward from today will define ourselves within the context and concept of what they believe in. Thank you. God bless you.